how do you feel you've captured your like passions in your activism, like for women's education, healthcare, and democracy, and social justice? How do you feel like you've translated that into the music you make?
Both of them come hand in hand. One cannot exist without the other. I've seen so many horror, and what always allowed me to keep my soul intact and my head intact is music. It's an outlet that allowed me to really not go to the place of anger, violence, pain. I have music to help me through in my advocacy work, in my humanitarian work, and to bring that message in a certain extent to people, for you to realize that we are all able to change this world. It's not only me. I cannot do it alone. I don't believe I have that power, and I don't want to have that power. But I believe that every little thing that we do, we might think about it like so little is insignificant. It's not. Everything is possible. When people start thinking about big picture, how I want to do this, I'm like, hold on, bring your load to the size where you can hold it first in your hand. Then you can lift it up, and then you can pass it on. You can start thinking about how you're going to carry the world on your back. I'm like, shoot, I ain't doing that. It's one child at a time, one girl at a time, one woman at a time. That's all I can do.
What are some challenges that you still face today in your music career?
Well, the challenges that I am facing and other artists are facing, especially the one that I know the 10 biggest artists, I mean the mainstream artists, is that because of downloading music, you don't make any living anymore out of your music. And it starts not only impacting musicians like myself, but also the new generation coming. So you have a talent, you go through all those TV voice shows, and you make a hit, and then you think you're on the top of the world. But how do you develop from there? How do you have a career from there? And then suddenly you disappear. Not only psychologically, it's really bad for those young artists. You break them completely in the system where all people like you always defined by that song, and you are more, I mean, an artist is more complex than one song. So the fact that we download music for free simply becomes a liability for the people that listen and the people that do the music. It means that your intellectual property doesn't belong to you. You write music today in the 21st century. We have made music a free commodity for people, not rewarding the people that write the music. So I understand the right of consumer. Once something is free, you can't take it back. But consumers have to realize that in order for them to continue consuming music, they have to be people writing the music.
You've been so successful as a musician and an activist. I was going to ask, what do you see for yourself 5-10 years from now?
I wish I know. I'm not God. I don't even know what the next half hour hold for me, and I can't project myself that far.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
Because you're always absorbing and just changing.
I just can't do that because I come from a country where, till today in Africa, most Africans survive. We don't leave because we don't know what tomorrow holds. A country don't have his currency. Another thing is going on around us in Africa that we don't have any power over. Even though our leaders are corrupted, we never ask the question, who is corrupting them and for what purpose? So we pay for it on a regular basis. So I come from that background where I'm grateful when the day finishes and I'm in good health, and I've been able to impact somebody's life. I've been able to do my music freely and just enjoy the freedom that I have and wish for other people to have the same freedom that I have. That's already a huge challenge you have to face every day. So next year, 2 years, 3 years, that's not my business.
So my final question, you spoke about empowerment and you have your foundation and it was created to educate and empower girls. So what's your proudest moment since creating your foundation? Maybe the biggest thing that you've accomplished?
The biggest thing that I've accomplished with those teenagers is seeing them confident today. When I started in 2007, you ask them a question, they don't answer. They just like looking at each other like, because the girl I'm giving scholarship to, they come from the poorest out of the poorest. They're not in big cities. I don't want to walk to pave road. There are too many organizations working to pave road. I want to work dirt road where you have diamond in the rough. And today, I was in Benin again in December. I was just like, they are so confident, man. They start speaking about stuff. You go, huh? Couple of years ago, you were like looking at me like, even the demeanor, the way they dress, the way they sit, it's just like we matter. We matter. Our life matters, and we're gonna make a change in our lives, in our family, in our community. And it comes out across so much that you feel yourself empowered because you think you're helping them. They are helping you because you see what we are able to do when we are considered as human beings, not just based on money, not just based on color. It's just that we have a brain that have no nationalities, no color at all. You bring that brain in, you sparkle the light, boom, and everything changes. And for me, it's the greatest achievement. I finished my program in Ethiopia completely, in Addis Ababa in the southern part. All of my girls are in university as we speak. And they're just like, one is a doctor, structural engineer. I'm like, what the hell is structural engineer? And they start explaining. I'm like, oh kid, can I have something simple you want to do? They are like, no, we want to do this, we want to do that. I'm like, okay, that's what I'm the most proud of.